How do you pronounce SERDE, as in the Rust library? Technically, the correct answer is CRD, because it's short for serialization, deserialization. So CRD. Anyway, um, I want to give a video about football. To give some context, I don't usually like football. Like I don't like playing football. Um, and I don't particularly like watching it because it's kind of boring. There's some games and some players, or some clips I see it rather, where I'm like, damn, that was cool. I mean, like it makes sense. Like in all these 90-minute games, you're probably guaranteed to get some good highlights eventually. But like to watch the game overall, I don't know, I don't really care. But also the World Cup is coming up, and the World Cup being like the biggest international event every 4 years. Obviously, I'm going to tune in, see how England's doing, but also see how other teams I support are doing. I'm also supporting Germany, Ghana, Japan. So we'll see. But anyway, I found this video and I recommend it now. Like I said, I've been watching one too many highlights. Um, and it's this. You don't realize how good footballers are. So let's just watch.
There is a 0.001% chance of making it pro in
Right, because also footballers get paid a lot of money, right? So a lot of people say footballers shouldn't be paid as much. So I'm really curious, like, what makes a footballer good, and like, what makes them good for a team? Because there are many people. Like, football's so popular. There are many people who want to be footballers. So what makes a footballer join a team? Because usually when I watch football, again, like it's boring, and it's kind of disappointing, and the players don't really do much that's interesting, except for like rare moments or specific players, like Lionel Messi and Neymar. So we'll see.
football and playing in the top leagues. 100,000 try,
Liga.
but only one makes it.
Woo.
And the one who makes it isn't just a little bit better. They are on a completely different level. That got
Yeah,
me thinking how good
let's
professional
see how that
footballers
is.
really are. So in this video, we are going to compare the level of a Sunday League player all the way up to the elite players to see if the difference is that big. And spoiler alert, you are much worse at this game than you think.
I know I
Now,
am.
the lowest level of a footballer is the average Joe, and most probably you. But to understand the
I think
level
I'm
we're
below
talking
average.
about, think of a guy watching professional races on his TV. He has a driving license, he can drive, but he also thinks he would keep up with pro racers
Hell no.
if he was given an Aston Martin. That's your average Joe in football. And
don't watch
no,
racing
he
either.
wouldn't even start the right way against pro racers.
But the one time I watched pro racing, it was Max Verstappen and versus these other guys, and Max Verstappen immediately got out because someone crashed into him. Like, what's the point of watching racing, bro? And it was like half an hour as well to get started because technical difficulties on the car's end. So like for to start, and then for like you know the coolest player to immediately get out by some fluke is just
Your average Joe, we'll call him Chris, plays five-a-side once a week, watches football
Chris
matches
is
on
quite average
TV, and
name.
he thinks it's easy because pros make it look easy. But what if he played in a real stadium with 11 players? Well, the first aspect in which Chris would
Hooked.
fail is spatial awareness. Before
Mm.
receiving the ball, pros scan their surroundings up to 6 times in 10 seconds. Chris wouldn't scan anything, he would just stare at the ball. Here is a graph of how long it takes a professional to make a decision with the ball. 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, people really underestimate the importance of spatial awareness in any sport, really. Um, like not not just underestimating. Whoa, let me speak. Not just underestimating the importance of it, but also underestimating how difficult it is to maintain spatial awareness constantly, and especially for football with 90-minute games. I mean, yeah, yeah.
And here is where Chris would stay, 4 seconds. He would be tackled twice in pro football before he could do anything with the ball. But it gets more ridiculous. See, Chris thinks he runs a lot during the 5-a-side matches, but on average he might run 3 kilometers in a casual game. A professional footballer runs 12 kilometers per match while constantly sprinting. After a few sprints in a real match, Chris would go home with his lungs hurting. But let's move on to level 2, Sunday League footballers. How much better are they than Chris? Now, these are guys who actually wear good boots, shin pads, and they play 11-a-side from time to time. They also know basic formations, they can sometimes strike a ball, and they can somewhat run. So they are overall much better than Chris. But what if you put them in a professional environment? Well, the perfect example are Sidemen's charity matches. And although only Ethan, Simon, and Toby can be considered as Sunday League players, those matches still show you the reality of how much better pros really are. For those who don't know, Sidemen organize charity matches on professional pitches like Wembley with mostly YouTubers and influencers playing. So you have a gigantic stadium with loads of space made for the Premier League and Champions League matches. But when you drop Sunday League players and amateurs there, you can literally notice the differences in every aspect of the game. Look at this example here. You can notice the 3 Sidemen players, Simon, Josh, and Ethan. Chris MD makes a mistake, but look at how slow these 3 are and how sluggish their pressing is. And they are in a fairly good physical shape. Ginge then has plenty of space and time to cross the ball and create a goal scoring chance because of the poor press. And now for comparison, look at Newcastle, a top 10 team in the Premier League. Look how insanely fast this player blocks Walker's passing lines. Even when he dribbles past him, they start to press him even more. They press until they force a mistake from the goalkeeper. And again, we are not even talking about the best team in the world, but the difference is already huge.
Not clips, by the way, but it's just like, again, I don't see this when I usually watch football. Especially like if you're watching football, like in school, obviously football's so popular, and like you watch like people in school play football as well, like matches in school. It's just not interesting. But yeah, I mean, I was aware the Sidemen did charity matches. I didn't know they did it. Well, charity match, full stop. I wasn't aware they did it in multiple. I might tune into some of those, just kind of see. Because I mean, obviously they're also content creators, so it's kind of funny.
And that's not only because the Premier League players are fitter. Amateur footballers also have a cognitive delay. They wait too much before making a decision. They don't sense the same pressing triggers, and they often run in a straight line instead of blocking the passing lane left behind them. But
I will say, first-person football looks a lot more interesting. Because you see what that one player is focusing on the entire time, as opposed to you see all the players and like most of them are kind of just standing around and like running up, like whatever. I mean, I get also like dodgeball. Football is very dynamic, but it's just that when you reach like that top level, players are so good at, I guess, players are really good at defending and pressing. Like when I watch top level gameplay, like World Cup kind of thing, it kind of feels like nothing's happening because nothing really is happening. Like the defense is really strong, so the ball can't really get through that easily, and the offense is really strong, so the defense can't like easily take the ball away. So what you get, like especially with England, what you get a lot of the time, or at least you did, was they would just pass the ball between each other, and like that was like what was happening most of the time. Like it's high skill, you know, like to be able to do that, but it's just not very interesting to watch.
Sure, and the top flight.
But if you watch it from a first
what
person
happens when the Sunday League players take a step forward and get to play for a paycheck? Well, then we would be talking about semi-pros. And here is when it starts getting serious. Semi-pros are players who get paid a few $100s per week to play, but it's rarely enough to live on. These are people who work regular 9-to-5s, plumbers, personal trainers, electricians, and they play football on the side. Now, these guys are extremely aggressive. They are fast, they have good stamina. To the average Joe, these guys look like extremely good footballers. F2 freestylers are a good example. Toby Brown trained with EFL League 2 side Crawley Town. Theo Baker played non-league football. These guys are really good, but let's see how often semi-pro footballers make it pro. Almost never. Yes, Jamie Vardy made it pro at 23 after he was playing non-league
23.
football, but he is a statistical anomaly. The truth is that the majority of semi-pros are players who already failed at their academies at 16 or 18 because they didn't have that 1% of physical ability. But you still might think that semi-pros are close to professionals, and the gap is not really that big. But statistics will reveal the truth, because on average, semi-pros and pros might cover the same distance during a match, so about 11 kilometers. At the same time, a professional midfielder will cover over 1000 meters at sprint speeds about 25 kilometers per hour. Pro footballers don't just run, they have insane acceleration speeds, and they do it constantly for 90 minutes. Also, pros are miles better at something that is as simple as passing. In the semi-pro leagues, passing accuracy sits between 65 and 70%. Premier League center backs, for example, maintain pass completion rates above 93% for the entire 38-game season. And I was talking about the likes of Saliba and Ruben Diaz. Midfielders are on a completely different level, but it all comes down to minute details really. A semi-pro might ping a perfect long pass 3 times out of 10. A pro, almost any pro player, does that 9 times out of 10, even under pressure. And if we already talked so much about pros, it's time we move on to level 4, where we have full-time footballers. Players who are on a completely different level, because you would have never guessed how good these guys are compared to amateurs or even you. Yes, you. What many people don't understand about pro footballers is that they are not the flashiest or the most spectacular players. They don't use rainbow flicks, elasticos or rabonas in every game. In fact, pros are footballers who can do the basics perfectly. Every pro can juggle the ball at least 100 times. Every pro knows how to use their weak foot. Every pro knows how to cross and shoot the ball, and so on and so forth. They just don't get the recognition they deserve because of an effect called the Dunning-Kruger effect. This is when people with limited knowledge overestimate their own proficiency, and fans always overestimate their own abilities and underestimate the pros. A perfect example is Harry Maguire. People on the internet talk about him like he's a Sunday League player.
Yeah, well, when I was watching the World Cup 2022, like, there's also Maguire shade, but then, like, I watched it, and he was one of the more interesting players to watch.
Who won the lottery ticket and plays for Man United. In reality, Maguire's technical ability is closer to that of Messi's, Haaland's, De Bruyne's than 99.99% of you guys are to Maguire. His sprint speed and spatial awareness put him in the top 1% of the human population. The only reason he looks slow and clumsy is because he's defending against some of the best athletes ever. Players like Salah and Haaland are moving at speeds we can't even comprehend. But to even be in a place where we make a mistake during a Premier League game requires an athletic ability that 99,999 out of 100,000 people don't have. And to best understand just how complicated it is to play against pros, let's look at this video of Tielemans' bodycam footage against Newcastle. Notice the moment he receives the ball. Not even 1 second later, he is getting closed down by a Newcastle player. But it doesn't matter because Tielemans already knows who to pass the ball. You can see during the entire video how little time he gets on the ball. In fact, on average, a Premier League player gets 50 to 60 touches per game. You have
Why? I mean, I guess it'd be like dead weight, but why don't they all have body cams? I think it'd be really cool. Or do they all have body cams? And I'm just not aware of it. It must be good for like refereeing, right? So like you can see like if someone like pushes a player like down to the ground, it's kind of obvious. Um, hmm. I had another thought about. Nah.
to make the most out of those touches while constantly being pressed and hunted during the entire match. So we established that pros are players who got the basics down to a notch. We also established that they are extremely consistent. But what happens when you combine that with the craziest processing speeds? Well, then you get to the top elite players, level 5. And if you thought pros are impressive, wait until you hear how good these guys are. And trust me, They are really good. At this level, we are talking about the Messis, the Ronaldos, the Neymars, Van Dijks, Kanes, Champions League, Premier League,
Okay.
top level players who are simply the best among the best. And frankly, when we talk about this level of ability,
I mean, in any sport, seeing the best of the best, the elites, like no matter how boring that sport may be to someone, seeing the best of the best players in their field is always just so good. Which is why I watch these highlights. But also, I mean, the reason I've been watching highlights recently is just because I heard that Japan beat England and Portugal, and I was like, well, I was like, damn. I mean, because like also I remember from the World Cup 4 years ago that Japan were probably the most fun team to watch. Like of all the games I watched, the Japan games were like they actually felt dynamic. And I wonder if that's just their play style. I mean, obviously it is, but like I wonder if that's because like of individual players or if it's more of how they work as a team. Because when I watch any team sports, obviously you have the individual players with their highlights which are cool, but I also want to see the team dynamic and how the team works together, and that can be really good to watch if you can see, well, if you can notice it, I guess, and if it exists, if there is a good team dynamic.
there isn't only hard work involved. This is something you have to be born with. And I'm not
Nice.
talking about a player's ability to
Mbappe.
control the ball or score from ridiculous distances. No, their brains function differently. Messi, for example, walks for 80% of the match. Yet, when he receives the ball at 40 miles per hour, he doesn't look up. He already knows everything. He knows the gaps, the mistakes, he predicts the game in a way no one else can. These players are also enjoyable to watch. They feel natural, they don't consume all of their energy for a dribble. It's almost like they don't even try. The elites use the pace of the incoming passes to eliminate defenders.
It's funny how you hear that a lot when you see pros. It's like they don't even try, which is really just because they're so good at conserving their energy. Um, that they conserve their energy, right? So like they're not overexerting themselves. They're not overexerting themselves, which is really interesting
Shifting the ball
and
into
cool.
perfect pockets of space. They have everything already calculated. Your average Joe will never be as good as someone like Busquets, David Silva or Bellingham with only hard work. Again, it's also about talent, something you can't achieve with time or effort. But that leads us to the main question again, which is,
Well, what is
how
talent?
good are
But
professional footballers really? Well, they are impossibly, terrifyingly good. They
right. So the thought I had was that when you have a sport like football, in fact, not like football, when you have football, the number one sport in the world, I think, in terms of popularity and probably the most amount of like recruits, what you get is a game where because it's popular, it can become like even more popular, right? It's like a self perpetuating thing where like just because it was popular to begin with, it means it attracts more players, which means there's more competition, which means those players need to get better and better and better, which means you have even like higher levels of play, which makes the sport even more interesting to watch, and also interesting to get into, right? To play because you're like you like just the skill ceiling is so high, um, and that's football, right? Or like with basketball and whatever other sports. Um, So like it's cool when a sport gains more popularity because then like you really like can see the gameplay be played in ways you wouldn't really expect. Um, so football definitely has that going for it. I wish, yeah, it's why like I mean two sports I mainly play are table tennis and dodgeball, right? Dodgeball is not, I mean it's pretty niche, right? Most people aren't even aware that it's a sport that's actually played like internationally. Like countries have teams that play against each other in dodgeball. Um, and I wonder like how high the level of play there is. I haven't watched any tournaments just because it's kind of hard to find good footage of them. But I played against local teams, and they are so fun to watch because they're really good. Um, and like it just makes you wonder like when you see like surely, well, not surely, but like there are clips online of like people doing like I don't know, like a side flip over a dodgeball and then like hitting someone, like that kind of thing, where it's like if you took dodgeball to like the highest level, what would it look like? Right? Like if you got hundreds of thousands of people to compete against them, to compete against others to enter, their country's dodgeball team, how good would they be? I really, really wonder what that would look like. Or in table tennis, it's more popular, especially in countries like China. But I wonder, like, if you had, because like my favorite player, in table tennis history right now is Zhu Jin. Not just because he's one of the best players, but because of the way he plays, right? Like it's very creative. He will like go back, like somehow she'll get it on the table every time. Well, not every time, but like a lot of the time, which has some crazy, crazy highlights. And again, like if you got more and more people into table tennis, what other kind of Zhu Jin like players would you get, or maybe something even more interesting, So it's always yeah, good potential in areas like those.
Perform at the absolute limits of human mind in terms of physics and speed. In reality, they are so far apart from amateur footballers that statistically you will never make it pro no matter how hard you try. But always remember,
I mean, if you're like, if you're like 19, then no, because like time is against you. But if you're like 6 years old, you could totally probably trade. I mean, that's my theory anyway. In terms of like the talents debates, right? Like you have these prodigies, but they're more so prodigies because they were raised at a young age, and were able to pick up the sport quickly, as opposed to like just magically being good. Like there is a reason.
scientists said that it was impossible for humans to run a mile in less than 4 minutes. They said that if you ever ran faster, your heart would explode.
Really?
But in 1954, Roger Bannister ran a mile in 3 minutes and 59 seconds, breaking what was once deemed as impossible. Now, the record sits at 3 minutes and 43 seconds.
Really? That's cool. Push the human limit. Tiki-taka. The most watched football match ever after the World Cup final. Okay. Well, yeah, that was an interesting video. I definitely... Bro wants to roast us. You're shit! You're all shit! Yeah, and like, when you have really good players on one team, like Messi versus another team, it makes the other professional footballers look like amateurs, in comparison, which is also very interesting. It's just a job. I'm gonna quickly look at this video. I mean, quickly, it's 40 minutes, but I wanna maybe skim through it. Was this the game where like Messi got tackled like a bunch of times, and then he walks off like all Sigma? I think Ronaldo was there too.
The Real Madrid legend on 401.
Right, they're off. Yeah, Ronaldo.
Thank you, David. Well, they tell us that this is the most watched game of football ever. 185 countries, all dipping into El Gran Clásico.
Is this live? Watched? Must be. 1 year ago, but when was it actually? Jeez, just a bunch of AI tags. Messi Magic. 2.38 million subscribers? Holy moly. Yeah, I mean, football is popular. If it wasn't obvious. How many subscribers does Ronaldo have even? 78.5, yeah. That's crazy.
Two teams who are separated historically. It's amazing, isn't it? In 17 months, the last time these sides played here, that was effectively the end of Rafa Benitez.
That was Barcelona versus who? I thought it was Portugal versus Argentina. Oh, no, opposite outlet. It's the football kit.
They had problems, but they are at full strength and they're a team at the moment. The big call for the referee. Ronaldo goes down. There are about 90,000 witnesses all claiming that he'd been fouled. Well, the referee tonight, you're going to see a lot of him, Alejandro Hernandez.
Oh no. So it's really a bad sign for the referee.
Here is Gareth Bale.
Because I know this match was quite aggressive.
Modric to Ramos, who scored that dramatic goal right at the death in the game at the Nou Camp between these two teams. Ramos has a swagger in the step.
How'd you even make that pass? That's crazy.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Or to Carvajal, he has the freedom. Carvajal has options right across the face of goal. Rakitic clears. It's the full force of Real Madrid right from the start of this game.
All right, Real Madrid.
Dominant, aren't they, Rob? They're really pushing home at the moment.
Ronaldo played for Real Madrid? Okay.
Ter Stegen doesn't get there. Benzema stretches. Ter Stegen is closed down. We generally get an early goal in the Clasico.
Spain teams are, well, were quite something.
5 games at the Bernabeu between these teams. There's going to be a lot of rough and tumble. It's the second Clasico for Senor Hernandez. Oh, last season he sent off Ramos in this game at Real Madrid.
Yeah.
A little bit of a twisted angle there from Marcelo.
And Gareth Bale. That was the news the fans were waiting for. Would it be Isco? Would it be Bale? As part of
I wonder if footballers today are better than footballers like of this time, right? Like people talk about a golden era in pretty much any field. But you would like even like outside of sports, but you'd hope that the golden era is the present moment, especially like if there's high competition.
Andres Iniesta, skipper of Barcelona, launches their first attack. Casemiro gets dug in.
Scrum.
Casemiro, Rob, in this midfield, and the break's on.
Here's Toni Kroos. Kroos to Cristiano Ronaldo.
Come on, Ronaldo, run!
He does. Beats an old friend. Gerard Piqué. Ronaldo! Ter Stegen for the confidence-building save.
Excellent play from CR7. I thought he was level with Piqué.
Wonder,
That's another one that was debatable.
Yeah, it's like with a golden era, right? I feel like it happens most when you have lots of really good players, let's say, that are competing against each other at high levels. Like if you have an era where you have Messi versus Ronaldo versus, I mean, people argue that those are the best players and they're kind of untouchable. But you know, if you also have like Neymar and whatever in the mix, then you're gonna get some very good, very interesting games. Oh, that's also like team-wise. Like if you have Real Madrid and Barcelona, who are very good teams at the time, then you also get some very cool play, and that like inspires other teams as well to also have to like rise to their level, just to be able to compete, I guess, against them in their brackets and whatever. Like that's probably what creates a quote-unquote golden era. Whereas if you have more like an era where you have like one team or one player dominating and like there's not much competition because like they're just so good, then it's like yeah, it's obviously it's I guess it's their golden era. Or is it even? I mean, most people want to see some interesting plays that are, you know, with like competition and struggle and all that.
19 days ago, these last 2 goals in La Liga have been against Real Madrid.
I haven't seen any crazy Messi plays yet. Or maybe I just wasn't paying any attention. Oh, bro, is it wet? That's the second time.
Iniesta to Rakitic. Messi, you can't pin him down to a position.
So that was Messi.
Rakitic. Messi, you can't pin him down to a position.
Good pass.
Jordi Alba. Suarez has hung deep. Ooh. Whistles one in.
It's a chance, Rob. Good strike, just wide of the left-hand post. And again, that's a threat that Barcelona pose.
That was the thumbnail.
2 feet wide of the far post. That's an opportunity for him. Looking for goals.
La Liga.
Marcelo has a dart down the left-hand side. Or Ronaldo had made the move, but Rakitic is there.
Ooh, good pressure. Great pressure, actually.
It's good play.
Ter Stegen. Titi. Jordi Alba. There were a few weeks where Jordi Alba was sacrificed as Luis Enrique experimented with his formation, playing 3 at the back. No room for experimentation.
Football players shouting is
against Real Madrid.
so funny. Is that Messi?
Gets past Casemiro. He's going to have to watch his step tonight, Casemiro. That's his job. Tightrope Robbie's tonight against Real Madrid.
It's almost scary.
Messi gets past Casemiro. He's going to have to watch his step tonight, Casemiro. That's his job.
Tightrope Robbie's walking now, and he doesn't really need to do that early
Yellow
on.
card.
He's only on the halfway line, and he doesn't need to foul him.
No. This is the match I'm thinking of.
Referee's no choice.
There's a different match where Messi's in pink, and that's the one where he gets like tackled to hell, and it's also against Ronaldo.
This is the foul on Lionel Messi, and he doesn't need to do it, Rob. He's just crossing the halfway line, and he clatters him.
Oh,
Right on the halfway line. He took dust.
I mean, I've seen clips of like where Messi gets tackled and then just gets right back up, right? Or like he's like on his knees and then like places the ball within his knees and like he's on the ground. Sorry, like he's on his feet.
So close to finding.
Like it's those kind of moments that make me think if you genuinely knock down Messi to the point where he doesn't get back up immediately, you've probably fouled.
Messi really closed down. Messi leaves Modric and Casemiro in his wake. Messi goes.
God damn!
He tried to pass it on to.
Should have been ready for that.
It needed 4 or 5 of them to stop him.
Well, I didn't want him to pass it, Rob. I just want him to go on himself.
Is it because I don't know football that well?
Ronaldo went forward. The last defender moved up. It was really close.
I don't know what their positions are.
And this is a run from Messi. Brilliant. Look at the acceleration away from Toni Kroos.
God damn.
And then away goes. Modric's not going to catch him.
Iniesta. Luka Modric, what a key player he has developed into for Real Madrid. Modric to Benzema. Benzema has a chance, but it was a soft shot.
Yeah.
Great run, fantastic movement, lovely play from Modric, but should have done better, I think, Robin. I agree with you. Great ball.
Barcelona strikes straight back, and this goes to Suarez. And the 2 number 9s getting chances within, 25 seconds of each other.
Well, a super run from Paco Alcácer. He's done so well there. What a great ball. Paco Alcácer makes a super run, lovely cushion pass. Disappointing finish from Luis Suarez. I think he has time to take a touch there, Rob. First touch and into the box and then stick it in the net. This is a run from Modric, great run from Karim Benzema. I think Ronaldo and him made the same run.
Messi.
Well, he's lost possession.
Casemiro to Kroos. Marcelo. Ronaldo with some workspace. Benzema fighting for a position in the centre. Ronaldo, big hand from Ter Stegen. It was important because not only did he stop it, he had to batter it away from Benzema, who was waiting for any spillage. And this is not good. Oh no!
Look at this.
I was going to say Messi was like kneeling on the floor.
You want to see for any footballer.
He's in trouble. He's got a whack in the mouth there.
Maybe the dentist rather than the physio that they're requiring.
Well, let's see what happens when he comes in here. Does he catch an arm, an elbow? What is it? He's holding his face. Oh, he catches the elbow of Marcelo. It looks an accident, Rob, but it catches him plumb in the face. Looks like his mouth or teeth here. He jumps to get out of the way, and the elbow catches him.
Yeah.
Well, it's going to have to go up because there is a spillage of blood. Marcelo is going to graze on the arm as well.
Looks like the case.
He may have a tooth embedded in the elbow.
Hopefully not.
That's this brilliant play from Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a great shot. And what a good save from Ter Stegen.
Let's go forward a bit.
They toe poked it away.
Is it Messi again? But it's also annoying having really good players because they get targeted, right? And no matter how good you are, if you're getting targeted like 24/7 by like, well, in this case 11 players, right? I mean, not all 11, but like if you have a lot of people like marking you, it makes it a lot harder for those players to do much at all. Especially in a game like this where you have tackling and whatnot. That being said, of course, you usually get the moments where like they break through, or like maybe their teammates like pass to them, and then like when the other team isn't ready for it. But it can be quite frustrating. Is he playing with tissue in his mouth?
The argument. He's already lost it.
PK to Rakitic. Lionel Messi.
Go.
Busquets. Rakitic. Leaves it for Messi. Messi full steam ahead. Brilliant. Lionel Messi.
We did ass. This is after breathing for the mouth, by the way.
Busquets. Rakitic.
Back to Messi.
Leaves it for Messi.
Okay, hold on.
PK to Rakitic.
So there's Messi, just standing. For some reason, they let him open.
Rakitic.
Messi runs around, so he gets the ball back.
Messi full steam ahead. Brilliant. Lionel Messi. Hasn't scored in 6 Clásicos.
Wait, it's 1-1.
But he's back to haunt Real Madrid.
But when it's the other goal?
Cello. Ter Stegen stays. It's Ramos, it's the post. Scrambled over the line. It's an unlikely
What the hell?
hero.
Casemiro. That was a weird goal.
Maybe an ugly goal, but a goal of great beauty in the eyes of those Real Madrid supporters.
It's his 4th goal, Rob, and from Barcelona over the last couple of months, I have to say. It's put in deep.
People say, again, like the talent argument, which I really don't like. Like, oh, you never believe these players because they're so talented. Are you seeing what Messi's doing in this game, right? He gets whacked in the jaw, and what's he do? He comes back on with, I think, tissue or like maybe a mouth guard or something in his mouth, but he keeps playing, right? He doesn't stop. He gets back on the pitch and he keeps playing. And that kind of determination is largely what determines great players, as well as maybe being able to pay off with your skill. But like, unless you are, I don't know, like biologically predisposed to have terrible coordination or whatever, like what is stopping you from being as agile, as fast, as quick on your feet as someone like Messi?
The far post, there's 2 Real Madrid players going for it, and you watch the.
Well, the answer might be time if you're already
corner
old.
coming in, punched partially clear outside the box, but then look at this. The marking is awful. Far post.
Well,
What is going on?
Was it offside?
Yeah.
It was Ramos who will get the assist.
Well, Ramos hit the post. I'm not sure if he was offside. There was
Okay,
other
well, it
players
wasn't
moving
offside.
out
We know that
who-
now.
Well, he's on his 46th goal now, Rob.
Look at it.
And the little man does what he does best. Clever play.
Little
Combination,
man.
lovely little 1-2, acceleration into the box, and an absolutely top drawer finish.
Well,
Do you get a
one for the
Ronaldo
history
goal?
books as well, because this is the goal that puts him ahead of everybody else as the scorer in Clásicos. One more now than the.
Super reflexes.
For being a goalie must be so
Yes.
difficult though.
This is Jordi Alba. Lionel Messi. Rakitic. Teases Real Madrid. Tries to find the gap. Rakitic!
Oh, what a goal.
Stunning goal! Patience pays off!
Patience
and
pays
you
off.
can see what it means to Luis Enrique.
Barcelona.
Wow. That has stunned the crowd here at the Bernabeu. Comes from nothing, inside on
That's
his
our
left
airways,
foot,
man.
looking for the far corner, absolute superb.
And Fly Emirates.
Curling it with his left foot, that's brilliant. Oh, take a bow, Rakitic. 2-1 to Barcelona, and the league title is still up for grabs.
Close.
We have Liga.
So.
The previous meeting between these two sides as Benzema quickens the pace. PK is the rock-like figure for Barcelona. ball. Messi. It's one of those tackles where Ramos had committed himself to the ball. Oh, straight red. Ramos is
Damn.
off. Well, the referee didn't even consider that.
Let's have a look, see.
This man gets hit so many times though.
I think he's right because he does go in two-footed, Rob. He's every right to set him off.
Who's
That's a
entire body?
two-footed- That's a really rash challenge. And if he
Well, I'm
makes
trying to-
proper contact, he could have broke his leg.
I'll do my best, Jerry, to play devil's advocate, but
That's a yellow.
So am I crazy? Like, is it true that Messi has never broken a bone? He has broken bones. Limited long-term absence, yeah. I mean, like again, he just gets back up.
there's no defence for Sergio Ramos.
It's
When you
very
see it in slow
admirable.
motion. And you'll see the referee was in the frame of the picture as well.
It's Barcelona firmly in the driving seat.
And Ramos has rarely been away from the headlines this season, mainly for the good reasons. But this evening, he is the villain of the piece.
The villain.
We know he won't be scoring last-minute equalisers.
Ooh, good footwork.
And there's Iniesta. Busquets. To Gomez.
Okay, wait, before this, what is Messi's position? He's a forward. And Ronaldo? Forward. It's weird. Because, like, I'm not seeing much Ronaldo.
Andre Gomez.
Mind you, I'm skipping through, but...
PK!
PK will
PK.
feel he should have scored. He's had a header save.
Let's see.
Toni Kroos. Marcelo. Hits with hope. Brilliant run. Tremendous goal. It is James Rodriguez who does write his name in the history books.
Well, you said it, Rob, 2 minutes ago. And I don't think he's going to score a more important goal than that. Really massive, massive goal for Real Madrid. PK wants to get on with it. Well, Toni Kroos' ball is good, but the ball and the run is even better. Nobody picking him up. He comes from the
Nice.
far post position, Rob, and nobody picks him up for for Barcelona. He's run at least 8 or 9 yards on mark, and he slots it in past Ter Stegen. Oh,
Will he win the war? They're going for the winner. Asensio cuts inside. James.
This is after a red
doesn't
card,
get
by
it,
the way.
gets it now from Ronaldo. James across. Barcelona scrambling, and now it's Ter Stegen who's in the line of duty.
Extra time.
Well, you do feel for Luis Enrique and his team leading until the death again, and another late dramatic goal from Real Madrid.
Great run, Sergio
But now,
Roberto.
this is where the extra man is paying off for Barcelona. One final roll of the dice.
Mhm.
Can they hit the jackpot? Gomez, Jordi Alba, Lionel
Messi.
Messi!
Oh my goodness!
Lionel Messi does it again. He's superhuman. Oh, Lionel Messi has just exploded La Liga into life. Another chapter in the incredible story of this little man.
Oh my goodness! You
Incredible
cannot write
man.
the script for this, Rob. This is unbelievable stuff.
But no, the match I was thinking of was Messi versus Ronaldo match. Where it was... was it this one? It might be this one. I said pink, but I might be misremembering. So what is La Liga? Is it just like the Spanish teams against each other? Oh, they're still going. La Liga... The Campeonato Nacional de Liga de Primera División, commonly known as Primera División o La Liga, whatever, in Spain. Spanish Football League. Damn. Sponsored by EA Sports. No wonder it's they chuck such good players. But do they still? Messi best match? Like I can't remember which one it was specifically. So who is this guy? Wrong one.
For this one, as you may well see, the mosaic, which is going to be covering the whole
Oh, why are there no dates in these?
of the ground. A very special one tonight.
Okay.
Representing the Catalan flag, the Senyera, those 4 red bars on a yellow background, and for Barcelona.
Why is it weird how like these two don't really seem to have much of like a friendship or anything, even though they are both the goats, right, of football to different people, and they both probably can communicate in Spanish/Portuguese. Like I get like there's competition, but I don't know. I always feel like for two great players, you'd expect them to kind of push each other and have like a friendly rivalry. I mean, I'm sure it is friendly, but just like I don't know if I would assume they were friends just from looking at them like this. Contemporaries, similar records, most successes. Two of the best footballers of all time. Still playing, by the way. Around 100 goals each. And Ronaldo has the most goals. So Ronaldo said, I think we push each other sometimes in the competition. This is why the competition is so high. Yeah. I don't think the rivalry against each other bothers them. I think they have their own personal pride, which wants to be the best. Messi denies it. Yeah. I mean, like, yeah, like, I don't think they're enemies or anything. But, like, I wonder why they don't, I don't know. Like, if they're both, like, the best in their fields, the same field, you'd think they would, like, play more with each other. Maybe if like join the same team. I mean, you know, that would be so good for like the media, you know, to get like good clips and stuff. If Messi and Ronaldo are on the same team, because then they probably or maybe they wouldn't even play well with each other because maybe they like different play styles. But I don't know. It's interesting. Right.
4 red bars on a yellow background, and for
Historic
Barcelona,
image.
well, very emotional moments here as the players step out onto the pitch.
Yeah, there's a lot been made of it, though, isn't it? I mean, it's not as if we've not
Points
seen...
look like a big gap. Well, that is a surprise, at least on paper, as Ronaldo gets a touch to that in the edge of the box. Certainly.
I think what Barca will be...
failed to do it. Xavi on the edge of the box, leaves it for Messi. And in the end, it's a key role for him tonight. Ronaldo losing out there to Dani Alves, who's penalised right in the centre circle that Tito Villanova requires, and with Puyol and Piqué out, the best centre-back in the world right now.
Certainly remarkably quick.
Lovely touch, 2 or 3 passes that Cesca's misplaced so far. Ronaldo blue and white shirts, he plays it back to Di Maria, tries a shot, and it floats.
You could hear that.
Ronaldo blue and white shirts, he plays it back to Di Maria, tries a shot, and it floats harmlessly over the bar. Real Madrid in the last
Nice coincidental timing.
to lose the ball, and Ronaldo, Leo Messi. Messi twisting and turning, Busquets combining.
For example,
there was a poor one. Ronaldo trying to take advantage, and well covered indeed, well read. To break Ozil for Madrid. Ronaldo trying to cut inside Mascherano. What can Fabregas produce? Messi bursting. Ronaldo's moved over to the right. He puts it into Benzema. Totally miscues it.
I'll tell you what, it's totally...
Why is it called the day Lionel Messi and Ronaldo shocked the world?
Good chance, worked it nicely.
Finds Leo Messi. Messi got the rebound.
Space when they're pushing forward, and look at Ronaldo coming into the area here. That's an important block from Adriano when Madrid are attacking.
It's swung in by Ozil. Ramos puts it so close. He shaking off the challenge of Alonso. Fabregas nearly getting it back. It kind of combining with Di Maria, Marcelo, Khedira, Benzema on the edge of the box. Oh, lovely work from the Frenchman. Ronaldo sticks it inside Valdez, just inside the near post. Cristiano Ronaldo makes it 1-0 to Real Madrid in the Camp Nou. Under 23 minutes gone. Football Club Barcelona 0.
Ronaldo, let's be honest, unmarked. Look, he just pulls back a little bit deeper here. There's no offside. First time shot. Valdez shows him a little bit of the near post. But a good finish. What's very good is Alves was defender.
Picking up Messi.
It's always Messi getting locked down.
Again, Messi
For Pedro. It's not a great ball. Well protected by Ramos. Leo Messi.
Came through it. Oh my God, YouTube.
Great ball. Well protected by Ramos. Leo Messi.
Why did they let him? Well, I guess they didn't expect it to go through.
By Real Madrid. Absolutely shocking. Mourinho will be furious without all credit to Pedro Rodriguez.
He's 31 inches.
He got into the box, took on Marcelo. The ball wasn't a great one, but with Leo Messi lurking, that's the danger of this play.
See what happens there. Cannons about. Pepe completely makes a mess of that. Madrid might be asking for a foul on Pepe, but I don't see one.
No,
and Messi,
yeah.
you know, like
I don't think so. Should have go that way.
Well, it would
But that point is just
really
free.
well getting his foot round it when you look at it.
It's ridiculous though, because it's Xavi Hernandez and he's being sandwiched by Alonso and Pepe. No,
These pictures are so funny.
You might have just sort of thought, well, that's
Ronaldo. Play waved on, a little step over by Ronaldo and a firm challenge by Mascherano. In the reception, helped out by Busquets. Oh, lovely work. Doing very well to control that. Benzema.
not having a good night, is he?
Montoya looking for Pedro. Pedro in there with his boot a bit high.
Well, the linesman's right there. He's given it.
Doing very well indeed. Fabregas to Messi. Still Messi, down he goes. Free kick. That's a dangerous one. And it's going to be Messi. Is it going to be Xavi, I wonder? Going to be Leo Messi. In the back of the net.
Wow.
2-1 to Barcelona. Leo Messi gets his head in front. What a remarkable free kick from the flea. Leo Messi makes it 2-1. And if it is, Paul, a battle between the two greatest players in the world at the moment, advantage Leo Messi.
Yeah, with half an hour to go.
That's just curling away from Mika. Hits the side, netting in the end. Absolutely astonishing free kick.
Does he kick it as far across as maybe as he could do? It doesn't seem to go. Don't know. He doesn't seem to stick his arm all the way out, does he? He just maybe just realises he ain't going to get there, basically.
He's a little bit slow in starting off, but quite frankly, that's an unstoppable.
Tell you what, imagine if the referee had also sent off Xavi Alonso. That would have been a massive blow. Not just losing the Clasico, it's going 11 points behind Barca. All that stuff about him being sad about a month ago. Once again, it's a question of getting fit. It's a question of play.
Combination. Can Ozil make it pay? Well, certainly scheming on the bench and going close to making a spectacular connection there. Cristiano Ronaldo is dominating this one. 2-1 to Barca. Ozil, a great ball through to Ronaldo. He makes no mistake. 2-2. Messi 2, Ronaldo 2. Absolutely extraordinary. That's why they call it the Super Clasico. And the two greatest players in the world today, neither of them want to give up the crown. Ronaldo
so they each got 2 goals each. That's funny.
Now it's look, see, that's the risk you play if you're not playing a central defender in central defence. It's Adriano. To be fair, Montoya stops. If Adriano takes a step forward, he would have caught Cristiano offside. So it's just a little mistake there, and Barca must be kicking themselves after getting ahead.
Absolutely. Well, what an extraordinary start to Higuain couldn't get a touch. They haven't got it clear. Still Ronaldo. Messi manages to get the better of Khedira. Still Messi. That's a decent ball for Alba.
The footwork's just insane from Messi. Like the way he could just dribble the ball.
I think that was half.
That was not so good.
Across, and he didn't quite make a BBVA.
Into the last 20 as well.
Nice was got perhaps the more options on the bench. Goes down again. It comes to Messi on the edge of the box. Messi, Iniesta, agonisingly across the face of the goal. Finally cleared by Marcelo. The referee saying play on, as though he felt that hit Ramos on the hand.
Well, if he did hit him on the hand.
Floating one in towards Alexis. Pepe. There's some doubt. Marcelo not knowing what to do. Messi over the top.
Oh no!
Bit too much to ask, wasn't it, for him to get split them both away.
To the end of it.
So they want to maintain this controlled attack, and Messi, Arbeloa clutters into him.
And Pepe tries to smack the ball against him.
Yeah. And it's a yellow card for Arbeloa.
I think that's as much for repeatedly.
Iniesta, tremendous run from Pedro. Can Pedro get it? He turns around, he's going to try the shot. Just wide.
Right.
What?
So that's not the game I was looking for, though. Oh, let's see if it comes up here. I swear he's wearing pink. What? The masterpiece. Oh yeah, Argentina did win. Ankara. It's more like he walks off the pitch.
It's always like this. It's always me.
Is that intentional? Is that Messi? Well, the AI filter is doing crazy work. 10 soccer mistakes everyone makes. Mourinho, why? Bro, what are managers even about, bruv?
Messi or Ronaldo?
Ronaldo or Messi? Messi.
Why?
Messi, as a player, can take you to a place where you can't actually believe what you're seeing.
Lionel Messi is a better player than you. Maybe, I don't know.
Is he the best you've played against?
Yes.
The best is Messi.
Answer with a yes or no. Is Messi better than you?
No.
The little boy from Rosario, Santa Fe, the greatest of all time.
I'm not finding it. Yeah, he said that. Bro, all these edits. It's gonna be this one. Yeah, so he gets pummeled. Yeah. But like, what's this one game? Like, look where he falls down, gets straight back up. Oh my god, bro. Literally dragged down. It must just feel like frustrating as well, assuming like you want to play the sport. You just keep getting battered. Yeah, this one. And there's Ronaldo. Barcelona versus Madrid. 5-0? Jesus Christ. So what game was that? 1 million likes is crazy, bro. For a short. Like, why don't they credit? Why don't they source the matches? I want to see what the match was. Barcelona versus Real Madrid. 5-0. 50 million views. It's gonna be this one, right?
With YouTube Premium, you can download ad-free videos to watch when there's
God,
no
dude.
connection. Sharing is optional.
Optional. Optional. Right. I remember my neighbor who's a new Real Madrid fan. After this match, he got new TV. That's funny. Hmm. Man, editing's crazy in this one. This video doesn't have a date or anything. Like, ridiculous. Oh.
Let the festivities begin. PK. To Iniesta. Villa making a move. Pepe stretches again. Cristiano Ronaldo's got the ball. Cue the boos. Well handled by Valdez. 5 minutes gone. That looked like a corner.
Messi.
Assistant didn't give it. Messi picks up and goes on his first mazy dribble of the evening.
Like, look at how he doesn't just fall down and give up. He goes down. He gets back. Like, I haven't seen many players do that. If any other players really do that, where they go down. That was really close. But, like, then to get back up.
He's in the mood.
I mean, I haven't watched much football full stop, but
It'll take him 2 or 3 minutes, didn't it, to get in the game.
when I do watch it, I don't see that often
Alves
at all.
with the cross. It's all Barcelona in the opening stage of this game. They've got another to Alves. Fancies a shot from distance, and he had to see his concern. Although he's drawn Puyol from his century post. A quadruple step over from Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's crazy.
He loses Puyol, puts the cross in.
He fell down for it, but
Calls for Di Maria.
look at that
Drop
shot.
The shoulder from the Argentinian. Strong block. And Rail's first attack.
It's that defense.
Comes to little.
Wait, who's on which side?
Slightly different.
Caressing the ball to Iniesta.
Is it just like how Messi is fairly short? But Ronaldo is, I think, at least 6 foot. You know, it's like it's like basketball, where like, you know, the taller you are, the better. No, like there's actual skill.
It is a
Nice.
slightly lucky goal, Rob, but to see Xavi that far advanced up the pitch, he broke the offside trap. He was fortunate, he was alert with the finish.
Very alert, yeah.
Real Madrid were defending deep. Talk of Barcelona keeping it
inside. Ozil.
It's not just Messi and Ronaldo who are
spots the gap.
really good players in this game.
I guess he's not hurting now. That's a big save. The feet of Cristiano Ronaldo.
I wonder why people watch football though. Like, just generally speaking. Like, I get like it's a big cultural thing, especially for Europeans. You know, like you have the Spanish La Liga, you have England's football teams, Premier League, all that stuff. You have the Euros. But like, besides the cultural phenomenon,
only 22 years of age.
like, do people even really understand the rules of the game even? A lot of the time.
Messi.
They must do.
A player who likes to take more than one.
If they watch lots of it,
Pedro.
they pick it up.
Xavi has it. There's a foul off the ball by Marcelo, acknowledged by the referee. Barca continue through David Villa, toe-to-toe with Ramos. Gets the cross in! 2-0 Barcelona! The flying Pedro!
Yeah, this game is 5-0 by the way, which is shocking. This is prime Barcelona.
He's not smiling now.
Well, you have to just admire that football there. It was Ole after Ole. About 25 passes.
What did he say? Ole after Ole.
Real Madrid didn't make a tackle. They've got to get more physical. They've got to confront the blue and red shirts of Barcelona.
Busquets to Iniesta. Oh, great ball through. Oh, it's given offside. That was a reflex reaction from the referee's assistant, accepted by David Villa.
Yeah.
Would love to establish himself tonight. Benzema with a cross. Comes shot. With time and thinking space. Rounds Marcelo, puts in yet another cross. It's a mismatch at the moment. That's onside. Pedro's there before Casillas.
For the second goal for Barcelona.
2-5. Why'd you do that? What's going on? That's the ball. Rams reaches out for it. Throws it sideways.
And Cristiano Ronaldo is losing his cool. And he's dragged out of a situation by the referee, Raul Gonzalez. And he's managed to draw the wrath of the whole Barcelona team. Even Victor Valdez, who's rushed 50 yards to say his bit to Cristiano Ronaldo. Valdez is in danger of getting sent off here. He's gone absolutely berserk. Raul staging a bit of a fight back here. It's a foul off the ball, free kick, and we'll have another yellow
Not
card
a good game for Ronaldo.
to David Villa.
Or Portugal. The other card. I mean, to be fair, but I think in the later stages of this game, I'm guessing it gets rougher. Again, with Messi getting like hit.
He felt there'd been a save. He'd like to give Valdez some credit for that.
That could have been it. One goal.
Corner is a poor when it falls to Lionel Messi.
It's Messi.
He's been dormant for most of the first half, Messi. That's when he's most dangerous. Pepe tries to wrap his arm around him and can't stop him. Now there will be a yellow card. There were extra defenders after Pepe. One would argue with Lionel Messi that it was maybe an obvious goal-scoring opportunity, but it's got to be a yellow.
Wow.
He's so persistent in trying to stay on his feet, isn't he? He evades tackles.
How do you stop Messi without getting a yellow card? Like,
and strong defending from Puyol.
Lots of yellow cards whenever I see Messi with the ball.
Can't be offside. It came off the Barca defender, and there's a cry for a penalty. Ronaldo, having been booked a few minutes ago, can't argue. That smile is painted on his face. It's not a real one. He had a case, didn't he? Had a very good case.
Well, much Jose Mourinho rules the decision not to play the extra midfield player.
Lionel Messi gets into his stride and
no way. No way.
Ronaldo fighting off Alves, gets the cross in, but there's a second.
I feel like if this game was your introduction to the Messi versus Ronaldo thing, you wouldn't even like
was very happy.
Question it.
But it's not like the referee could be playing for this Real Madrid performance. Oh, Messi goes.
Oh my God, bro.
Now he's not one to take a dive, but there was a connection with Carvalho, and this is a big call for the referee.
I'm not sure why Carvalho got involved with Messi. He made a good tackle. It wasn't a dive from Messi. It was a fair challenge from Carvalho, who then accused Messi of diving.
Well, the referee is telling Messi to get onto his feet. And he shows they've won the last two here. And they're in a very good position in the first half. Well, it's living up to the expectations the most eagerly anticipated.
Ooh, yeah. Well, the second half's got to be brutal.
Yes. Lionel Messi taking on all comers right across the 18-yard box. Loose ball in the area. Pepe flies in. Comes to David Villa. Tremendous stop.
Superb run from Messi.
Iniesta runs out of space. He's got a free kick there off Kedira.
I said, Rob, it's mentally it's tough when you haven't had much possession. They've been used to.
Alonso flies into his old friend Sergi Busquets, of course. World Cup winning.
He literally jumps it though.
And they had a big handshake and a pat on the back as they came out for the game before, but old pal Taxiford head down, drawing defenders, threading it through to Xavi.
Yeah, let's go. One reason I don't like watching football as well is just because since we're missing, it's because
well, when they were making that run across midfield there was 3 or 4 different options on that Barcelona could have used.
It's because of the tackles.
You know, sometimes you know
like the number of like fouls you get. Like I remember watching the World Cup. I think 2018 maybe.
Drifting, driving. David Villa.
And like I saw Harry Kane just get like it was a. It was either a penalty or a free. No, yeah, I guess it was a penalty. and a player was just like staring at Harry Kane, jumps on him, drags him down, like that, like eyes locked. But then Harry Kane, of course, gets back up. Oops, his focus unfazed.
Messi goes over to puts in the cross.
Ooh, from Ronaldo too.
Busquets free as well. Keeps it moving. It's moving very smoothly with Lionel Messi.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
Can he finish it off? He can! It's 4 to Barcelona! Where did the goal stop?
Another Messi assist.
It's official now, Robbie, so turn it into a rout. They just love that pass inside the fullback. The easy option is to give it to the white player's feet and let him run at the defender. But they're so aware that the white players will look to run across.
Nutmeg as well.
Alonso steps over the ball. Long, hopeful shot. Alves watches it go wide.
Oh, Ronaldo.
Busquets tries the shot from the halfway line, and Casillas had to watch that all of the way. They're trying to humiliate them.
Yeah, that would have offended Casillas, and he didn't want to look as if he was trying to. He was really enjoying the possession.
Carvalho, handball. He's got to go. He goes from bad
handball
to worse.
20 minutes left.
Ridiculous for Real Madrid.
And they got so many yellow cards too.
Ooh. A rash challenge from Ramos. One of those, I think, that looked worse than it actually was. Ramos
cool
goes over to his Spanish international teammate David Villa and asks a favour and asks him to get straight back up onto his feet to prevent the caution, which is going to come his way. There's a lunge from Cristiano Ronaldo. That's a lunge from Khedira as well. That'll be the 10th yellow card of the evening.
Mexico.
Bojan's on the move. He's onside. Here's his first touch. His second touch he can't make.
Man, if he made that after the stumble, that would be crazy.
Good defending by Pepe. Had to have massive powers of recovery then. Messi.
Pepe knock him down there.
Lovely touch. Bojan. Now he's got his chance. Tremendous save.
Messi's on a drought, 77 minutes.
I do wonder though, hold on.
Then.
Like why is that allowed? He's stumbling, Pepe comes, and you can see he I guess it's like a fair body lockdown.
Recovery then. Messi.
But like it's a bit lame.
Lovely touch. Bojan. Now he's got his chance. Tremendous save.
Messi's on a drought, 77 minutes.
There's another off the ball.
Two teams. Opening 20-minute spell from Barcelona.
Overtime.
Absolutely brilliant.
Overtime just for Barcelona to score again.
Stoppage time. Bojan's cross. Will it be 5? It will.
Yeah.
And joins the party. It's Jeffrey the
section department. Everybody's there. Piqué holding 5 fingers up.
Of all of the teams celebrating together on the touchline will adorn the club's museum and the press room here, where they've got all of the pictures of the great games over the years. Oh, and another terrible tackle from Carvalho, and it's going to end very ugly, and there's a punch down there. And it's now getting very, very nasty. Well, the referee has sent off Carvalho.
Red cards.
And he's got a series of other spats to sort out as well.
Ramos' red card. Well, this is the second game I've seen where he gets a red card.
Arguing a yellow card to Xavi amid the melee. And the medical men are working one of the Barcelona players.
That was a push, yeah.
Lionel Messi, who's down, who's apparently flawed. And also the referee saw that. He's seeking advice from his assistants on the talkback.
And that picture says it all, doesn't it, for Cristiano Ronaldo?
Ramos was sent off. Carvalho stayed on. Guardiola looks cool as personified.
What a game from Madrid, bro. It was literally the worst game I've ever seen from a team. So, was the walk even in this game? It must have been. But, well. Okay. Anyway, just wanted to look into some football, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So the World Cup is coming up this year. It's gonna be in America. Never felt this free before. I'm high and I'm getting higher. You know what's going on, bro? Um. But yeah, I'm obviously rooting for England as always, although I don't think they're going to do very well. I'll also be rooting for Japan. I mean, rooting for Japan. I just want to see them play because again, like it was just so cool to watch them in the last World Cup, and I hope this is a start of like kind of a new era, if that makes sense. Because I mean, Asia in particular hasn't really been that big in the football scene. But I think if I'm not mistaken, Japan's the best Asian team. But just like I feel like they could because they're kind of new to the pool, I guess. You know, they could bring something like special, a new way of playing that's hopefully a bit more fun to watch, more dynamic. Which is what I feel from Japan's team. I mean that's me and that was me as well. Like for maybe even 8 years ago, as a non-football fan, kind of just a guy tuning in with his family. But it was fun to watch, and they won. Right, Japan actually won a lot of those matches, uh, and now they've beat again England. So come on, England, and Portugal. So it's cool that their cool way of playing is paying off as well. You love to see it. You love to see it. So yeah, interesting. Looking forward to the World Cup, assuming it even goes ahead. Uh, sucks that it's in America, but hopefully that doesn't cause too many issues. Um, anyway,